Hello folks, and Happy New Year. Welcome to HQ in 2023. So today's video we're going to be tackling the rather sad looking interior, and that's going to be a case of giving everything a good old clean. We've got some soundproofing to put down and some nice new moulded matting to fit all around the gearbox, each side, each footwell, and the seat box itself as well. So yeah, let's crack on with that. First of all, we just need to give everything a good old clean. Right, first round done with soapy water. Now we're bringing out the big guns. So let me. Right, everything's clean now inside the cabin, so we're gonna just put some of this stuff all around the seams, and that should hopefully provide a nice watertight surface or cabin floor to then put on the next layer, which is the sound deafening, which I've got here. Right, well, it sure is shame pretty, but it's effective, and I've not been shy with using it. And also, I don't have any plans on taking any of these floor panels or any of these interior bits for a long time, so I'm not too concerned. Once I've had the whole body off, I've done the chassis underneath here anyway, so I don't need to get access. So yes, both sides, just a ton of it I've just slapped on there. Let that dry, and then we can do the next stage, which is the soundproofing. And yeah, let's just wait for that to dry. Today we are doubling up these seat box covers. So they are, so this is one part of them. This goes passenger side footwell up like that, and you'll see it's quite thin. It's like nice and stuff, it's fitted and everything, but what I'm doing is I'm doubling it up. So this was like that before, that thin one, and then I've just basically taken some rubber sheeting and doubled it up with some adhesive, and it's much more heavy now and probably provides more soundproofing and the such. But anyway, I need to now take these insulation things and do the in the cab. I really don't know if this is going to be how much of the cab we're going to get done with just one box, but let's see. But yeah, I can always order more, right? It's pretty straightforward. Once it's in position, you just use this thing to like really push it down. So let's, yeah, I mean, like, just obviously cutting the bits into the right shape to get everything fitting nicely is the most difficult part, and it's not very difficult. So anyway, cue the music and let's get this on. Yeah, so when you're like pushing this down, you'll see like all these kind of rectangles get, you know, flush and flat, and that's when you know you've done a good job, folks. Done. Done. So there we go. Insulated. Now we can move on to the next step. I haven't done the insides of the battery box and toolbox yet, but I think I have some left over, so I might as well do the actual bases as well. But yeah, all good, looking nice. So whilst I've got this door card off, I put some insulation on the door itself, but I've noticed that, if you remember, I repaired these doors, new skins on them, welded up the bottoms, but you can already see the rust. And yeah, I think the main problem is that water comes down like this channel here on the other side of the window, and then it collects in here, and then that causes the rust. So what I think I need to do is do a better job of sealing that part in there. This I can't seem to get it to fit properly, and then put some like putty in there or something to stop the water. Yeah, so stick some putty in there, and then yeah, I don't know. Let's see. But what's the need to make sure that's taken care of before putting the door card back on. Right, so this is the main seat box cover, and it's yeah, there's basically two options we have here. So there's a single layer and a double layer, and this is the double layer. So as the name suggests, there's two layers of material here. So there's the top layer, which is a sort of a polyurethane easy clean surface, which you can use with any soundproofing you want. And this particular double layer, we've got it doubled up with a 3mm layer of rubber. And so that just adds weight, sturdiness, and further soundproofing capabilities as well. So because of the extra weight of the rubber and the materials, if I was selling these, then obviously they'd be slightly pricier than just the single layer. So let's try and put it into the car and show you the options for fitting it. Now, as you can see, I've obviously installed soundproofing matting in here, which I would say it's about 2 mil thick, and bear that in mind when you're installing your own kit to see what kind of additional soundproofing you might want. You could also put in additional rubber underneath here, for example. It really just depends on what your kind of use case is, your budget, and how quiet you expect the car to be. So with this in place, you've got two options really, as I see it. You can either cut out the squares using a sharp Stanley blade or something similar, and then on top of that you can put on your toolbox and battery box covers. I've put this sort of durable rubber matting over the top of these ones, or you can probably, and also I've kind of doubled these up as well with some insulation. Alternatively, you could leave it as it is and just have these battery boxes underneath, and you could also possibly cut some doors out of it, put a little hole here, line up to here, and then put maybe some sort of handle in there and you can pull that up. It just really depends on what you want to do, but for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the squares for each of these and use the factory covers for the toolbox and battery box so that they can be used the way that yeah, Land Rover intended really, but totally up to you how you want to do it. So these are the seat box ends. Again, these ones are doubled up, so we've got the additional 3 mil of rubber, and what I'm going to do is use a bit of adhesive sealant to fix this to the end, and then we'll use our finishers to make it all nice and neat. Right, so oh, I forgot a screw. Okay, I need to do that next. But you just drill out, I used a 3 mil bit. It's got self-tapping screws, this thing, which you can buy separately, and yeah, that's how it looks on this side, so we just need to do the other side. Right, and then the gearbox tunnel bit, that just slips over, and you don't need to glue it in or screw it in or anything like that, that just sits in place. It's all quite snug. And I've actually installed a new rubber gator and some gear knobs, so it was a bit of a tight squeeze getting the around since this is all moulded, but it's up to you if you want to use this rubber thing, or you might want like a upholstery one or none at all, but that's the option I went with anyway. So yeah, looking quite smart. Right, so then I've put this retaining door bit here. You can buy these, cut myself a bit, and get these on eBay or something, but these hold things in nicely, and yeah, looking pretty smart. We've got these kick plates for this side and that side, and I'm just going to put on a bit of adhesive on here. Might use a couple of self-tapping screws just to make sure it's in place. So it goes into that section here. Then we've got the other side here, which I've just placed in loosely, and I'm going to just attach it with some self-tapping screws, one of each corner. And we've got this section here, which goes obviously under there, and I've doubled this one up as well, so that's nice and thick, and I'll yeah, again I'll be drilling some holes for the self-tapping screws and using a bit of sealant just to have a nice you know, mated between this and this part here. So yeah, let's get this pit installed. Now we're over on this side, we've got this section here which fits around the moulding, so I just need to drill a couple holes to put in the self-tapping screws. We've got this section which is doubled up with a 3mm rubber, and this section that goes into here. I've got a new handbrake gator here, like for like, but this one's seen better days, splitting that, so just got a new one that will slide over. Okay, so we've put our new gaiters on, and we've got our refurbished fuse box cover there in place, and I mean that's really it. That's it all installed. There was supposed to be a section that covered this, but it never arrived, so we'll just have to, yeah, not include that unfortunately, but I'm sure I could just cut out a strip of rubber to fit over there before we put the seat belts back in. So yeah, got all our galvanised clasps back on. The seat box is obviously all new YRM, so it looks nice and shiny in there, nice and solid. So I've put a layer of rubber over the top of the covers as well, just for extra insulation when they're fully in place. So, well, I just need to clip them in place, but I'm not sure what stuff I'm going to put under there. And obviously I need to get the aftermarket chairs put in as well. So chairs, seats. So actually, yeah, I mean, I think that it actually looks pretty smart for the price point and everything. It's a bit, you know, a bit of labour and stuff. Obviously these protectors, the corners, and this section here really do add to the sort of aesthetic, and yeah, I think that these are kind of pretty good idea to install these with this kit. So there we go, we're around the other side, and have a little look here. And it's quite a bright day, but you'll see everything's all nicely installed, and there we have it, folks. One step closer to getting this build complete. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.